Okay, Charles Oliveira vs Gamrot just ended, and Charles Oliveira put a beat down on Gamrot. He walked him down from the first second of the fight until he finished his ass. Gamrot did take it on short notice, but still, he was preparing for a fight, so I don't want to hear no excuses for Gamrot. Charles Oliveira completely dog walked him, and he should have. This is like the perfect matchup for Charles Oliveira. Someone who has, okay, he has good grappling. He actually not. Gamrot has overrated grappling. He has good wrestling, but he doesn't have power. So Charles Oliveira was just able to walk him down, and Charles Oliveira, his grappling is good enough to he can throw up submissions like he did against Kevin Lee, and you can't really get much off when you're on top of him. You can only kind of stall, like Armin or Islam. Like they weren't really having success on the ground against Charles Oliveira, and Gamrot is not nearly as good of as grapplers as them. Like he's a good wrestler, but that's about it. He doesn't have good jiu-jitsu, and he doesn't have really good top control too. So let's just start off with the first fight: Lacerda versus Oliveira. Listen, I picked Oliveira because your last name is Oliveira, and you're fighting in Brazil. That's already like a 20% stat boost, and then you're fighting on the same card as Charles Oliveira. He's the main event, and you're headlining not headlining. You're the first fight at the prelims, and you got Oliveira in your name, and he got walked down. He got bitched, to be honest. Like first, he got completely out grappled. He showed up like 10 pounds overweight, and he just got bitched. Like he got dominated on the ground, and he got submitted. It was a good win versus Lacerda. I believed in Oliveira, but he's ass. So this fight, Paula Street. I didn't watch it. Like her name sounds like Paul Street. Bro. I don't care. You're fighting someone who's 16-10, bro. I was not watching that, to be honest, though, because I was late. So I was catching up. So when you're catching up, you gotta skip the WMMA fights, obviously. But next, Rocha versus Stuart Nickel. Dude, Rocha looked really good, actually. Watching his performance reminded me of someone like Manel Cap. Like, I was watching him fight, and I was like, dude, this guy is reminding me of Manel Cap on the rise. He was reminding me of Joshua Van on the rise. Like, the way he was striking, his knee feints to go into his striking. Like, he looked, like, beautiful. Like, he just looked really good. His angles also reminded me a lot of Manel Cap. Like he didn't cut as good as angles as Manel Cap does, but still his angles were really good. He was constantly off an angle, throwing strikes off to an angle. Stuart Nickel couldn't really hit him. He was hitting him though. Like Rocha was getting caught with some uppercuts. Like he was getting hit, but still he looked really good. He looked really good. And I'm not saying he's gonna be like the next Joshua Van or anything. I mean, how old is he? I don't even know, bro. He better not be 30 years old. I don't. How old is he, bro? Dude. Okay. Detour, little detour. How old is this man? Oh, okay, he's 25. Okay, so he's 25. So he's still got time. He's 7 years away from his prime, and he's looking like that. So, dude, this guy, I really have high hopes for him in the flyweight division. He looked really good. I loved watching him fight. He's on that. He looked to be on that Manel Cap versus Joshua Van level. Obviously, he's not fighting like ranked competition, but still, like you watch Cap fight, even if he's not fighting the best guys, you can watch Cap and you can watch Van fight, and you can tell that they're good fighters. Like the way they're just piecing guys up, just outclassing guys. That was kind of what Rocha did. Gave me like I was feeling the same vibes. Next, Beatriz versus someone who was 5-4. I mean, she's now 5-4. She's ass. How was she in the UFC? You're 5-4. So I skipped that, obviously. But anyways, Vitor Petrino versus Peterson. Not gonna lie, Petrino looked disappointing. He did win, so good on him. But he did kind of look disappointing. He looked like he gassed after round one. He did look strong, but so did Peterson. Like they were pretty kind of equal in strength, which you'd be surprised considering how Petrino is built like a refrigerator, and Peterson is built like food you put into a refrigerator. Like I don't know, perfect matchup. I guess that's the promotion they should have used. But anyways, yeah, Petrino. He looked like he was gassing out, and he landed a clean counter. Peterson, he's used to eating food, not eating punches, so he got KO'd, bro. Like I don't know. Next, Carpenter versus Fiallo. Fiallo got the quick submission. Fiallo, good performance. To be honest, I don't even really remember what happened in this fight. I don't know, dude. My memory is not good, but I remember Fiallo looked good. That's all that matters, I guess. Michael Aswell versus Almeida KO'd him in the first round. Oh yeah. Almeida is the guy. He broke his hand in the lead up to this fight. So I mean, it was kind of sad watching this fight happen because it's like, dude, this is like watching some disabled deer like run into a bear. It was kind of sad. Like you knew what was going to happen, and when the fight started, the way Almeida was backing up, it looked like, dude, it was sad. It was sad, and also it was kind of a late stoppage. Not really a late stoppage, but you can tell Almeida didn't want to be there with Aswell. So the ref could have stopped it earlier, but he just wanted to see Almeida actually get just KO'd, which yeah, I don't mind. I'd rather late stoppages than early stoppage. I'd rather someone die in the cage than an early stoppage because that just ruins the fight, you know. But next, Ricardo Ramos versus Con Ofli. Con Ofli looked really good. Took him down, took his back, and submitted him. Um, there was some heel hooks that were really close. But yeah, Ofli gets the job done. I'm pretty sure he was the underdog too. So good on him. Next, Pinto versus weird name when your name's Pinto versus Denise. Pinto was really good. He had that KO win over that big ass tall football player. But I believed in Denise. I thought Denise would win. Like I thought he'd win. He looked super technical in his last fight, but it was against an obese person, so I guess should have taken that into account. But yeah, Denise apparently has no grappling. He just got taken down. Pinto looked like his last name was Nurmagomedov. Grounded and pounded him. Denise did not know what he was doing. He was like hugging him from the bottom, like it was kind of weird to watch. And Pinto just elbows him to oblivion, KOs him, and also good post-fight speech. You know, Pinto, he's a funny guy. I'm rooting for him because the heavyweight needs some new blood. They need a Pinto. That sounds so weird saying that. They need a Mario. They need Mario, bro. He's the Mario. Okay, anyways. Alvarez versus Vicente Luque. Actually, Vicente Luque did better than I thought he would. I thought Alvarez would KO him in round one or round two, and it looked like that was going to happen. But a fake eye poke habit. I don't even blame Luque for that because it probably felt exactly like an eye poke. It really isn't on him. Should have been on the ref. I hate when refs, when when fighters, like a ref won't see an eye poke, but the fighter will say they got eye poke, so the ref will just stop the fight. I hate when that happens. If you didn't see an eye poke, don't stop the fight. Like let him get KO'd, dude. You know. But yeah, that was a clean punch. Shouldn't have been like stopped like that. Shouldn't the ref shouldn't gotten involved. Yeah, Joe Alvarez dominates him, kind of lackluster, but you do have to remember Alvarez did take this fight on short notice. I think a week short notice, so you gotta take that into consideration. And one thing is Alvarez looked really big in there. Like Vicente Luque looked like the lightweight, even though Alvarez he didn't look the thickest. Pause. He didn't look the thickest. He was really tall and taller than I know he's a tall guy, but he like dwarfed Vicente Luque in there. And Vicente Luque actually was catching him with some good shots. Like there were some times where Alvarez was getting cracked, and I'm like, dude, if he keeps getting hit by these, if like Luque can time a big shot and KO him, or at least drop him, and maybe get a submission. So that is one thing I'm worrying about. Like I would think Alvarez, he's moving up from lightweight. He's used to fighting these faster guys. You'd think he'd have like a really clear speed advantage going up to welterweight, but he didn't look that crazy fast. Like he looked fast, I guess, but not lightweight fast. He kind of just looked like another welterweight, which is good, I guess, but still, I wasn't expecting him to get hit by those shots by old man Luque. But Luque looked decent there, but still, Alvarez was getting hit a lot, like probably more than you think. If you rewatch it, he was getting hit with right hands all day, and if he fights a decent power puncher, he's gonna get hurt. You know, he's gonna get hurt on the feet. But I like Alvarez. Good performance. Next, Jackson versus Figgy. Figgy was a massive underdog. Don't know why. I picked Figgy to win. He won. It was super lackluster, to be honest. Figgy looked ass. Montel Jackson looked ass. Cut them both. Don't actually. But yeah, I really thought Figgy was going to win this because it's such a step up in competition for Jackson. Like, who's he used to fighting? Like, Sam. I don't fucking know. Who's Sam, bro? Who's Joe? Don't know. But he's used to fighting guys like that. Like, he's used to fighting Joes and Sams. You're fighting Deiveson Figueiredo. Like, you're fighting someone good. You're not fighting some random unranked flyweight. You're fighting Figgy, who, yes, he looked ass against Sandhagen. It's Sandhagen who just fought for the belt. So it's like, and he lost the decision to Piotr Jan, dropped Jan. You don't go from dropping Jan in one fight to 2 fights later losing to Montel Jackson. Even though it was a really close fight, Figgy still won. He was a crafty vet. He did some stuff that Montel Jackson, like, he can get wins off, like, these high level guys, even if they're like not as fast or as explosive as these younger guys, but they're crafty vets. They can get wins. They can get wins by being kind of boring. And you're like, what is he doing? But he's winning rounds off of it. So Deiveson beat Montel Jackson. Really close fight. He rocked him at one point. But yeah, I mean, Montel Jackson, honestly, not excited for him. He's 33. And I don't know. So someone just, I hope someone beats Montel Jackson because he's not it. Losing to Figgy. I know Figgy. I picked Figgy to win, but still, like, Figgy has been kind of looking off. I know I'm contradicting myself. Fuck. Okay, but Figgy's good, but still, someone's got to replace Figgy in the flyweight and the bantamweight division. I mean, and it's not Montel Jackson. So, but okay, main event: Charles Oliveira versus Gamrot. I picked Oliveira to win. I thought this would be such an easy prediction. Like, this is the perfect matchup for someone like Oliveira. You're telling him you're gonna fight someone who's gonna try and take you down. He doesn't have good jiu-jitsu, and he doesn't have the best striking, and he has no power. Like, he can, like, people are saying, like, dude, he like barely hurt Hooker. It's like, bro, he's a fighter. I'd hope that he'd be able to barely hurt someone if they land the perfect punch. Like, I'm sorry. If that's what you're pointing at, like, that's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. It's like, of course he's going to be able to hurt him. Just because you're able to hurt someone doesn't mean you're a power puncher. Like, he's not a power puncher. He doesn't have power. And he was hitting Oliveira at times, but I'm like, of course he's going to hit Oliveira. That's Oliveira's game plan. Walk forward, get hit, get in your face, and hurt you. That's what he did. He tried to do it against Topuria, but Topuria has power. He has really nasty power, so he was able to KO Oliveira. But against someone like Gamrot, you do the same game plan that you tried against Topuria, you're gonna walk him down. Like, doesn't matter. Gamrot hit Oliveira more than Topuria hit Oliveira, but he's not Topuria, dude. He's fucking Gamrot. He's the smusher. He'll smudge you. He won't KO you. Like, so yeah, he was getting hit with some shots though, and I'd definitely be worried for Oliveira. Like, if he fought someone with better striking, like, let's say he fought Gaethje in a rematch, he might just get KO'd, to be honest, because he was getting hit with shots, and it's probably because Oliveira didn't respect Gamrot's power at all. So if he fought Gaethje, he'd probably be more defensively responsible. But still, he was getting hit with some shots, and if it was any other person, like, if it was Fiziev, he probably would have gotten dropped or at least badly rocked if he was getting hit by those same shots, because that's Gamrot, who has no power, and it seemed like they were kind of affecting Oliveira, like, a little bit at least, you know? So it'd definitely be worrying if Oliveira fought a bigger puncher, but against these, like, grapplers who don't have power, like, he's such a good matchup for them. Like, he's such a good matchup. He's going to beat Gamrot. He'd beat Moicano. You know, maybe we get a Moicano versus Oliveira fight sometime. I wouldn't mind it. Charles Oliveira would destroy him, obviously, but Oliveira looked good. In the first round, Gamrot takes him down, and immediately Oliveira's going for triangles, going for arm bars, going for omoplatas. Like, he's constantly going for submissions, and Gamrot cannot get anything off. He's just stuck in his guard. Eventually, Oliveira, he has a tight submission on him, omoplata, I think, and he was yanking on that arm, and eventually scrambles back up, and or they might have just ended on the ground. I don't even know. But the second round, Oliveira shows up really aggressive, more than the first round, and he's just in his face. Gamrot is like tripping on his own feet. He's like a baby running away from EDP. I don't know why to say that, but he was tripping on his feet. He was running backwards, like, he was terrified. And it was so cool to watch because he was just running, not running, but he was backing up all day. Charles Oliveira was chasing him down, hitting him with right hands. Gamrot would trip while trying to move to the side. And you knew after watching the beginning of the second round, like, Gamrot is not winning this, bro. It's the second round. You took this on short notice. Oliveira's going to walk you down. And I thought he'd KO. Oh, no, I picked him by submission, but I didn't pick him by rear naked. I thought Oliveira would hurt Gamrot. Gamrot would shoot for a takedown, and then they'd kind of be in that Aljo position. But instead of going for an illegal knee, Oliveira would lock in a Darce. I thought that's how he'd win. He didn't. He got a rear naked. Look, he looked first. Oliveira's wrestling looked really good. Gamrot's a really good wrestler, and Oliveira was taking him down. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Oliveira, I don't think he'd beat Sorokin in a rematch, but he'd give him a good fight. Like, his wrestling looked really strong. Like, Gamrot's a great wrestler, and Oliveira was taking him down and taking his back. Like, he looked really impressive. His grappling looked really impressive. You can tell against Fiziev that was a game plan. Walk Fiziev down and shoot takedowns on him. Um, so yeah, Charles Oliveira back on the win streak. There's some good fights for him. Maybe another. I think they should make Fiziev again. They should make Fiziev versus Oliveira. Oliveira isn't going to be no. I'm retarded. Max, he called. I forgot. He called out Max Holloway. Make Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. I think Max Holloway KOs him. To be honest, I don't think it'd be. But still, it'd be interesting because Oliveira has really good grappling. And this isn't featherweight, Max Holloway. This isn't featherweight, boy. This is lightweight. This isn't featherweight, but still, Max Holloway does have good takedown defense. But it'd be an interesting matchup. But anyways, Gamrot got dog walked. Like, he got bitched, to be honest. And a lot of these guys, like, dude, Hooker was dog walking Gamrot. Of course, Charles Oliveira was going to be able to do it. Hooker, like, you take him down. He looks like a hooker on the ground. Like, he's just in starfish position, just ready to take it, just saying. So it's like, if Hooker's able to walk you down and defend takedowns and scramble up with submissions, Hooker was scrambling up to his feet with guillotines. Of course, Oliveira was going to do the same. So, such an easy prediction, to be honest, but you could say that in hindsight, I guess. Like, Gamrot could have won, so you can lay the game plan, I guess, but Gamrot isn't the best grappler. He's kind of a wrestling merchant and a pressure merchant. He's like a Marab, but worse, and that lightweight with no power. But good performance from Oliver. So I'm happy to see him win, and that's it. Hopefully we get Max Holloway versus Charles, because that's really the perfect fight to make. Charles deserves it. BMF co-main event, easy co-main event. Maybe at the White House too. So that's it. See you guys in the next one.